gone 10 o'clock, so I think I'll open the meeting. And I'd just like to welcome Dave back, keep good health, and apologise for the last cancellation of me not being able to get to the last meeting, but I had an acute episode of vertigo, so I couldn't get it. So thanks very much for Brian. I think, well, if I speak too soon that this should be the last meeting, but possibly not the last subcommittee meeting, but hope the officers don't go looking for too much work between now and the elections. And just like to thank everybody for their support while I've been chairing this meeting. Very difficult meetings dealing with people's livelihoods, and I thank for all the support and obviously all the officers that support this committee meeting to take place. Thank you very much, and will you pass the kind regards on to all the officers that work within your department. Thank you. Okay, we're live streaming, and we've got a few alterations to the agenda, and I don't know if you want to come in after we've taken the apologies and declarations of interest. So I'll first take declarations of interest and any apologies.
Thank you, Chair. This morning we've received apologies from County Councillors Pauline Watts, Ralph Chapman and John Prosser. Okay. We'll move on to item agenda 3, but before we do that, if we can all introduce ourselves as it's live streaming. I'm County Councillor Linda Guppy.
I'm County Councillor Brian Strong, Vice Chairman of this committee.
Ewan Geary, Solicitor.
Paula Harris, Democratic Services.
David Jones, Head of Public Protection.
Linda O'Gorman, Principal Licensing Officer.
Councillor Jim Higginson, a member of this committee.
Councillor Martin Hickman, member of this committee.
Anne Webb, ditto.
Councillor Dave Evans, member of this committee.
Good morning, everyone. County Councillor Ruth Edwards, member of this committee.
Thank you very much. Before we go on to item agenda 4, Linda, do you want to explain 3? Do you want to explain about item agenda 7?
I don't know if you want to perhaps leave that until we take the streaming off, just in case any questions are asked on the person itself.
Okay, thank you. Okay, we'll go to confirmation of the minutes held on the 7th of March.
Prepared to move, Madam Chairman.
All in favour?
Just an action, Chair. So, and there's an action for me to ask about registrar service from Councillor Edwards. So I did respond to Councillor Edwards. Just for members' information, we hold 60 weddings in the Old Parlour in Usk, and obviously that's on top of all the ones we do out and about in the county.
Okay. Sorry, Councillor Higginson.
Yeah, the point, just you talk about the registrars, but I mean every month there's citizenship ceremonies there, and it's surprising. Last month there were 4 there, which is usually is 1, 2, sometimes 3, but that's the first time it's been 4 that I've seen in the last 12 months anyway. So yeah, and it's well, the people who were granted citizenship, they appreciate the way it's done and that, and I think we need to compliment the staff there on the way they conduct the process.
Thank you. The members that are here, are you all prepared to move the minutes then? Yeah. Okay, thank you. We'll go on to agenda item number 4, the Gambling Act 2005 premise licence fees.
Okay, so just bringing the proposed Gambling Act fees to commence the 21st of May 2017. It's attached to the report as Appendix A. Basically, it's the fee setting for premises licence under the Gambling Act, which is betting shops, tracks, adult gaming centres, family entertainment centres and bingo premises. We have no bingo premises in the authority as such yet, but we assess just in case anybody wants to open up a bingo premise. A fee assessment hasn't been carried out on casinos, as the authority carried a resolution not to allow casinos within its county at full council on the 19th of November 2015. So that's not actually done in the fee band in itself. 3.4 of the report states the type of fees that we request to set from the 21st of May 2017, and we have no power to set fee for permits because they're statutory fees. Albeit, even though we are setting fees under the fee regulations, the Gambling Premises Licence Fee England and Wales Regulations 2007, there is a maximum figure that any authority is permitted to charge. So even though you assess those fees, there is a cut-off figure that we can't go above, and you will see that on the actual workings out of the actual fee settings. So the report requests that in Appendix A that the fees actually be set to commence 21st of May 2017.
Thank you. Is there any questions amongst for the fees being presented today? No, just one question. Some of them that you've calculated, the cost of producing these licences or renewals are higher than what we're actually charging. Is the department able to cope with the extra monies, time calculated because of the undercharging, although you are, the maximum fee is obviously topped or capped. I'm just wanting to know whether the department is financially sustainable.
It's not too much of a problem because we haven't had many new ones, as you can see. It's only a small amount of sort of premises that we've actually got. So it tends to be the annual fees rather than the initial fees of setting up. So it's not too much of a detriment on the authority with regards to cost recovery.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I mean, Linda, in fairness, spends a lot of time. We've got to, really decipher what the costs are. So, but if we don't, you can have a legal challenge, and that has happened in Cardiff and other authorities. So we've got to be very clear as to what those charges are. So it's done very much on a recharge basis. There's no line for profit, unfortunately. In terms of the overall question, in terms of sustaining the service, unfortunately, because of the discretionary fee, the ones that are non-discretionary, Licensing Act, etc., it does operate at a slight, there is a cost to the authority, but it's about 70,000 per year. So generally the fees typically cover the cost of the service. The net cost of the service to MCC is £70,000. That's more of an impact of the discretionary fees, non-discretionary fees, the ones that are governed by government. So premises licences, etc., are covered by central government, so we've got no control over those.
Okay, just looking at the recommendations in 2.1, 1 and 2. Are we all in favour of these fees and the fees subsequently to be reviewed annually?
Yeah, prepared to move.
Okay. Okay, that's unanimous. Thank you very much.
Yeah, if move that be done if necessary, yes.